Good morning. Law number 3 of the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell. I am Dion Blichnout, bringing to you these invaluable laws. Law number 3 is the law of the mirror. It's the famous glass that we each look into each and every day of our lives to make sure that we are presentable to the world and to people we're going to present ourselves to, but also are we happy with the way we look. So important to look into the mirror because the mirror is a reflection. And today we're going to do a bit of reflection on ourselves because the mirror speaks to us. The law has the understatement that says you must, again, there's the word must, you must see value in yourself to add value to yourself. The famous picture that we have here is this kitten looking into the mirror and seeing him or herself as a lion, which is very significant in how we see ourselves. And many times we don't see ourselves better than what we currently are because of a lack of vision and a lack of mission. Our why is not strong, our where is not dictating where we need to be. We see ourselves, we'd rather see ourselves in a state of mind which is lesser than what the mirror is showing us, and obviously that has an effect on our lives. So if we're looking into the mirror today, a quick look, your view of yourself determines your behavior. One will never outperform their self-image, and the value we put on ourselves is the value others will put upon us. In the previous law, I did not make reference to it because we knew in this law it would come through. I wouldn't want to sound to be repetitive, but what it says basically is if you don't up your value, others are not going to place a higher value on you. It's very scarce. So it's important for you to see yourself as somebody who's bringing value into the world. And this law is going to help you to see yourself as more valuable because the truth is you are. Just as a reminder, you are extremely unique. In the days before DNA, they were very heavily dependent on fingerprinting because in forensics, they would pick up fingerprinting at a scene, at a crime scene, and they would place a person into the crime scene because their fingerprints were there. It was proof enough in the old technology of fingerprinting that you were there. That's just how unique you are in your fingerprinting, if you had any doubt that you are unique. But look into your DNA. How unique are you? You will find out nobody, but nobody, is as unique as you. And that's what we want to talk to about today. Your view of yourself determines your behavior. Because what comes before behavior is your belief pattern. Belief drives behavior. So if you're looking into the mirror and you do not believe that you're a person of value, trust me, you're not going to be perceived as a person of value. And this goes in line with my CITA accreditation, where I teach emotional intelligence, where I teach on self-image, I teach on self-confidence, I teach on esteem, and many of us as youngsters do not see ourselves, even growing into adulthood, very low self-esteem, very low self-image, because we haven't perceived ourselves as important. Here are the facts with what has been sown into your life as a kid. By the time you're 17, 18 years of age, you would have heard approximately 50,000 times through your life. You would have heard the words in your particular language, whatever vernacular was used, but you would have heard you are dumb, you are stupid, you are nincompoop. Who do you think you are to dream so big? Who do you think you are to place yourself in that mindset? Stay in your lane, girl. Stay in your lane, boy. Think. In us, as our family, we've always been like this. We've never been those prominent type people. Stay where you are. So you've had mindsets which came into your life and spoke to you to keep you where you are. About 3,000 times out of the 50,000 times you heard, good boy, well done, that's nice work. Keep it up. Pat on the back. High five. But if you're looking at it in the context of a boxing ring, in the one corner, you have 34 no's and 1 yes in the other corner. Who do you think is winning in the boxing arena of your life? This is why we grow up not believing that we are worth it. Not believing that we can step into society and make a difference. Not believing that we can step in and bring value because we have not seen our own value. Mine here today is to remind you, you are a person of value. So if you place a small value on yourself, rest assured the world will not raise the price. You are valuable. So steps. There's 10 steps. And I may not share all of them with you today. You can come get the rest from me in another setting. But here are some phenomenal points that I would like to bring into our awareness today and help us to look into the mirror, the proverbial mirror of our own lives, and see what is talking back to us. So we have steps here to build our self-esteem. Do the right thing, even if it's the hard thing. Doesn't that sound like a rare commodity? To actually do the right thing? Because so many of our friends, our colleagues, people who influence us, is doing the wrong thing and getting away with it. You see, the difference is they're not caught as yet. And when I did teachings in a maximum prison facility to 13 prisoners, actually 21 prisoners for 13 months. I saw them every week and did a course with them. That course helped them to bring out the depth of their lives, and they brought it out in open confession. And one of those things which was very prevalent in all of their lives, they did not do the right thing. They finally got caught. Then I went into the minimum facility, because this was maximum. Then there was the minimum facility, or what we call medium B, and this was maximum. Medium B was petty crimes, people who stole clothes, first-time criminals, very small little things. And you know what I got to realize very quickly? Most of us have not been caught. Most of us have not been on camera. Most of us were not caught doing the small things they did which landed them up in bars. But the truth of the matter is, do the right thing, even if it's the hard thing. Certain things are very hard to do. Certain things are the right things to do. Do them. Point 2 when you look into the mirror is practice a small discipline daily. What is the power of daily? I'm reminded of the Chinese bamboo plant. It's actually the bamboo tree. For the first 5 years of its life, it appears to have no growth. But it's very important to water the plant every day. So as you water the plant, you don't see growth. Because personally, it's very difficult to see growth in your own life. Particularly if you look at it day by day. So if you're looking into your specific growth plan, you sometimes may not see growth, and you keep watering and you don't see it. You keep watering and you don't see it. And this is what's happening with the Chinese bamboo plant, is water, 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 feed, take out the rubbish, the things that could destroy it. It appears for 5 years that there's no growth. All of a sudden on year 5, it grows, and every day you can see growth, and it grows to tremendous heights and grows strong and firm. And for those of you who knows the strength of bamboo, it's an amazing thought that you can think about the strength that you're going to grow into simply by practicing a small discipline daily. Don't despise daily discipline. I don't want to despise me talking to you on this video. You know why? It's a small discipline. I'm practicing. Whether I realize it or not, I'm practicing for the next event. It's a small daily discipline towards mastering my own public speaking, particularly as someone that you may not know, but now you become aware, I am a stutterer. Now I want you to follow me closely and you will find out at times I actually do stutter and use a certain technique to not appear to be a stutterer. Why? Because I've practiced my daily discipline. So when you do see me stutter, no, I'm not fumbling over my words, but I'm using technique. Celebrate small victories. Yeah. What do you mean celebrate? I want you to celebrate a small victory because it is building up your self-confidence that you can do it. It's a victory you have won. Guys, I want you to take in your mind a packet of sugar. I wish I had something close, but you know a packet of sugar is like really 2.5 kg sugar. Have you ever carried it? It's pretty heavy, eh? Now add on another sugar. It's 5 kgs. That's a lot. How many of you have lost just 5 kilograms of weight and thought you haven't lost a lot? You've lost. Celebrate it. I know maybe you want to lose 20, but man, 5 is significant. You need to learn to celebrate the small victory. Working towards a doctorate. Someone says, oh, I don't have my doctorate. I only have a master's, or I only have an honors. Wow, what a significant achievement anyway. What a significant achievement. Celebrate it, no matter how small it is. And then you have to embrace a positive image for your life. So important to embrace it. And mine is to reaffirm you that you are a being of value. You are a person of immense value. I want you to embrace your own positive vision and your own positive image. Because you gotta take all your values, place them in a basket, and pour them out for the future. Because your future is coming. It's not here yet, but in your mind you can already see it. So do you want to take the next step in a negative one? Do you want to take the next step and not have that to be positive? Because your values must drive your decisions. Because your decisions is based on your thought process. And if your thoughts are not valuable thoughts, then your next thought becomes even harder to be a valuable thought, and they become, should I use the word, if it's not valuable, if it's not based on good things, our thoughts become actions, our actions become habits, our habits become character, and then our character ultimately leads us into destiny. But it's important to embrace a self-image as you look at your own life, as you perceive yourself in the proverbial mirror. Take responsibility for your life is an important thing. It's one of those that I'm asking you to do, is to be responsible. How many are stepping out and saying, it was my fault? A thought just raced through my mind, which I've got to share with you. How many of you youngsters, how many of you boys can make a baby? But how many of you can be a father? You know how many times I walk past somebody and see that they got a baby on their back? Men, we can make a difference. That's what I saw in the police station when I was there the other day to do a police clearance for a particular function that I'm looking into, that I need to prove myself as clear. But I was waiting in a room there that on the wall was written, men can make a difference. But you know what? Men out there are very quick to perform, and in our context of our setting, which is sad, is we can make a baby. But can we be a father? Is a world of a difference. But can we step up and say, I am responsible? Or do we go back into the law of awareness and run away? Remember, that was a level 1 character. Here is a more difficult thing when we don't take responsibility. That kid. The extreme is that kid is aborted because mom cannot carry the responsibility on her own. The other extreme is when that kid grows up without a father figure. Folks, this language is very important for us. It is very important for us to embrace responsibility. Very important for us to take responsibility. Because you can maintain a positive self-image, but only you can maintain it going forward. If you look in the mirror and you do not see yourself as capable, you do not see yourself as worthy, you do not see yourself as valuable, you need to change either the reflection or you need to get a new mirror. But we need to see ourselves as valuable and step out in value. And I've only given you 5 of the 10 points. I'm going to give you one point which is not on the slideshow today. That point says practice the one-word strategy. And when we say practice the one-word strategy, what do we mean? Our statement says, if you could pick just one word to describe yourself, what would that word be? Now, if you're in a negative mindset and I asked you what word can you pick, some people would say, I view myself as cranky, or I view myself as hopeless, I view myself as unworthy. Then your life portrays that. My own personal word, which I've taken to walk a mile in, is the word called impactful. So wherever I go, whatever I do, I want it to be impactful. Whatever I touch, that's my one word, is impactful. That doesn't need to be your word. Your word can be a very different word, as long as that word is a positive word. But folks, if we're looking into the mirror and we do not see ourselves as positive, if we do not see ourselves as valuable, then we're going to be choosing the wrong words. But if the word you choose is not positive, then drop the word and pick up a positive word. And that's just one of the points. If you want the others, meet me in another setting and we can take a deep dive in the law of the mirror. But this is a law which I absolutely love, because each time I look into the mirror, I have to remind myself, Dion, practice your word, embrace the self-image. We know there's a lot of negativity in the world, folks. There's so many. But you've got to embrace yourself with positive friends, a positive atmosphere. You've got to embrace yourself with others who are like-minded, who build you rather than break you. And here is my closing question for you personally as you attempt to build your life. Are you a builder or are you a breaker? Are you a builder? Can you help others? Or are you a breaker? Too many breakers in this world. Why do they call it pulling you down? He or she pulls me down. Well, it means you up and they down. They have to pull you to their level, which is pulling you down to where they are. Or can you be strong because you're seeing yourself stronger, that you can now become emotionally intelligent and realize that they're in a place of low self-image? They're in a place of low self-esteem. And what they simply need is someone to help them up. And that is my closing statement for you. Thank you very much. See you on the next vlog.